Okay, so in the last video, what we did is we finished the nose cone. We had done the fuselage with fins, and the fuselage with straw, and then the nose cone. So what I want to do now is I want to put them all together. So I'm going to ask you to do this one last thing. So you're going to come up here to File, after you've saved everything, come up to File, and you're going to make an assembly from the part. Click OK. So assembly, click OK. And it's going to say select a component to insert, then place it in the graphics area, or hit OK or the enter. So I'm going to click nose. I'm going to click OK, and it just placed it right at the origin. So there's a nose cone just in free space, but there's nothing else right now. So what I want to do is I want to add and insert another component. So I'm going to do the fuselage straw. Whoop. I'm going to do the fuselage straw, and when I click on it, it just pops up, and I can bring it right in. I click it again, and it's fixed. All kinds of emails. Sorry about that. So then insert another component, and I need to browse for my fins section. Click OK, open, and there's my fin section. And in 3 space, don't worry about how it looks yet. We're going to get there. It's not a big deal. And then the last thing is what? I need the just a basic fuselage. So let's find fuselage, click OK, and it gives me a basic fuselage. Now it doesn't really know anything. It just have 4 parts there floating in empty space. All right. So I want to put them together, and I want to see what they look like when they're put together. So let's start with the fin section on the bottom, and I think I'm going to take the fuselage, and we want to, what they call mate. We want to pair them together, and we're going to pair them by planes and concentric circles. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this plane right here. See, that's right at the top where it's going to match, and it's going to match up. And I'm going to hold down the control button, and I'm going to zoom in, and it's going to match up to this right here. And we're going to watch what happens when we do that. We're going to mate it. So it's going to move this piece to match with the same plane as this right here. Now that's still not. I mean, if you look at it like this, it's going to look like a rocket, but obviously it has not matched. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to match it to another surface. So I'm going to click on. Yep. So we want that. We're good. All right. So we're going to click this, and we want to make that concentric. So I'm going to hold down the button, and we want these concentric. The default coincident would be overdefined. Let's get out of that real quick then. So we want, let's try it one more time. Maybe we did it wrong. That and this. Oh, and I think this. We want to mate them, and there we go. So what we did is we found 2 circles. Now, when we put them together, look at that. Actually, that looks pretty good. And do I know if they fit on the inside? So let's go back. Remember, I showed you earlier we can change the view. So I want to see hidden lines. So when I look at the hidden lines in here, you see that the hidden lines inside, they match. So the hidden line for this one comes down and matches this one perfectly. So I know those are going to match. They're going to look good. All right. So the fin and the fuselage looks pretty good. All right. So let's go back to this. It's hard to see. So let me go back to here, and now I want to mate and put this one. I'm going to click on this. Oh, let me get out of here. Right, so I'm going to click on this. I said that 3 times, I think. There we go, and I'm going to mate it with this, and we're going to mate, and look at it move up. That's good. And now click OK. And now what I want to do is mate the inside of this with the bottom corner of this, and we're going to mate those, and it's going to move it right over. So I'm building my rocket physically. So that's what it's going to look like in 3 space, and click OK. And now what I want to do, I can just leave this window open. I'm going to mate this with this, and see how it moved it up like that. Click OK. And the last thing I want to do is I want to mate this inside circle with this right here, and it moved it all the way up. So now I have a rocket. That's an assembly. So I've assembled multiple parts. All right. So does that rocket fit? Well, let's look. Let's go back up here and see the hidden lines. And so up on top, my hidden lines come down and matches with the hidden lines of this one. And then my hidden lines from there match up with the hidden lines of this one. And the hidden lines we've already looked at match up with this one. All right, so that's your rocket. Let's save. Let's save as assembly. Let's call it rocket assembly. It saves it as assembly file. And let's look at that from what a rocket would look like. So that is the rocket that I've built, right? One other thing that I would like to do, other than it's cool to paint it and make it all kinds of colors, right? So we could do appearance if you wanted to. Remember, make it in plastic, high gloss, of course, and let's make it. I don't know. My favorite color is yellow. Grab yellow. Let's make it to the whole. So remember, these just do by parts. So I can do yellow. We can do red. Oh, it didn't keep it. Red. Fuselage body. Let's do blue for the fin section. The whole thing, and kind of looks like a bomb pop. Black. Where's black? It's high gloss black for the top. There you go. So I'm going to make rocket colors. And then the last thing I'd like to do, so let's save. Last thing I'd like to do is make drawing from assembly. So just like we did with the gears, we're going to do, let's do portrait. I think that'll be a little bit better at this point. Click OK, because that's going to be tall. It's 8.5 by 11. And let's do from the front, right? What it looks on the side, it looks from the bottom, and it's probably not the best look, but then it's kind of small. So why don't we do this? Let's make it bigger. We can move it around. Can we make it a little bit bigger? I thought we could make it bigger. We can move it around a little bit, but and then I don't think I like that. So let's do hidden lines here. On this one, hidden lines will be just fine. It'd be nice if it was a little bit bigger, wouldn't it? Show edges, open in position. All right, well, let's just go with it. This one we can build like that. This one I'd like to see as a regular rocket. This one here, let's make that there. And what's that going to look like when it gets done? It's kind of small, but I don't want to do hidden on that one. That will look kind of funny, but we can do this maybe. What's that going to look like? All right. So at that point, then I can print and color. I think the only thing I really wish, we can change the scale over here. So use sheet scale, custom scale. So if I want a little bit bigger, 1 to 2, that might be a little bit bigger. Let's try this. Where did the sizes go? Okay. Where did this one go? Display state. I want a 1 to 2. There we go. So move this over. We can move this over here. And now I can see a rocket. And I think this needs to be moved down just a little bit. It'll let me. Yep. And it looks like it let me make it, but let's see here. Down. And I think hidden. Yep, so I have a hidden. I have an isometric view. I don't know if I like that one. If we have a better view. Yeah. That's probably as best as it's going to get. There's my rocket. Remember, I can then go down here to edit sheet format. So let's go down here. I put it in my edit text. Best rocket. Hit enter. Whoop, not enter. Just get out of there. Edited by or drawn by C. Van Meter. And so I'm going to put in my stuff. CVM. You can put on the date. I'm running out of time for this video. Edit text 11/17. And then get out of here and print it. You're all set. And make sure you save it. And that's it. Have a good one.